Okay, so today you'll be learning how to create your slides and your advert flyer using the Canva. Remember the previous video I posted, I actually taught you how to pick a niche and how to generate your content using ChatGPT and how to edit this content that ChatGPT gave you, both the content outlines and the content itself. So I taught you how to edit it. So now it's time to create the slides for our video, then the flyer would use in advertising our class. So now let's quickly go to Canva. So this is our Canva app. Click on the Canva app and come over to where you have your plus icon. Now over this part here, click on that and type in 1080 by 1080. Okay, then click on create new design. Now it will take you to this part where you get your design template. So we move over to the search button, click on it and type in presentations here. Okay, so click on it. Come over to this part and click on school presentation. So you can scroll till you get a presentation tab that you're okay with. So the reason why I picked school presentation is because I feel it looks simple. I can get a simple template, just a simple template, very simple template. So I like this template, so I would pick this part to delete all of this because I don't need them. So click on this, then click on this delete button. So I'm going to do this for all. So I actually deleted some of the things, and you see those white stuff, I just clicked on them to delete. Now click on the background itself and you see these purple borders. I would scroll down to where I have transparent. Okay, so this is the transparent. Then reduce the transparency to 5, or probably let's put it at 4. Okay, I think 4 is okay. So once I'm done, I'll click on this to go out of this part. The next thing I would like to do is to move this to this part. The first thing when you are creating a slide for tutorials is to introduce yourself. You would like to introduce yourself to people so that they know you. Okay, they know what you are capable of doing and what you are about to feed them. And if you have the necessary skills to feed them this thing. So while I was creating my slide, I actually also wrote, and when I was typing and editing what ChatGPT gave to me, I also took my time to write an introduction for myself. So I'll just go to my notepad, copy that introduction, and I'll paste it here. Okay, so first thing is to come over to this part here. I'm going to write my business name or my name. So instead, let me write tutorials by Joy. Tutorials by Joy. Okay, so this could fall as my business name or my YouTube name or whatever I want to be addressed as. Okay, so this is tutorials by Joy. I will come over to this part and reduce the size. Now if you zoom with your fingers, you would see this little line. Once you draw it closer, you are closing the excess space on this text. Okay, so click on this, scroll to where you have color, click on that. Now it will show you all this color. You are to use your brand color. Now also note, if you are using a white background, please use a dark job. So this color is okay. I can use black, I can use dark blue, but don't use yellow on a white background. Let me even look for a yellow color and show you. So come over to this arrow here to see colors. Then let's pick a very light color. So you see, you can see that it's contrasting. You can see it's contrasting. I can't read it. So please make sure you give it a dark color if you are using a light background. So if you are using a yellow background, use black or dark blue to write. If you are using a pink background, don't go and use a light pink, a light pink background, or that baby pink. Yes, don't use white. It will contrast. You will not be able to read. People who bought your course will strain their eyes. So light background, dark write up. So I'm going to use my brand color, which is dark blue. So I'll click on the text itself again, come over to where I have color, click on color, come over to this arrow pad, click on that and scroll down. So this is my like my brand color is blue, but a dark form of blue. So I'm going to click on that blue, then scroll back up here and click on this plus icon. Okay, so it has given me a shade of blue. I can come over to this part to start grading to the part I want, to the part of blue I want. So I'm okay with this part of blue. I'm okay with this part of blue. So once I'm done with that, I just come over here to cancel, and this is it. So come over to where you have back to school. Now, I always advise that whenever you are creating your content, stick to highest 3 fonts. Okay, highest 3 fonts. So this will be my font number 1. It's same font with this, the one I wrote my name with, and I will click on this to ensure that these are the center. So scroll to where you have position, click on position, go to where you have align, click on align, and it's already centralized. So that is why you see the center is white, not as dark as this one. Okay, so it's already centralized. So come over to this part that you want it to be your heading. This is where I drag to reduce the size, and I think I'm okay with this. So I'll come over to where I have test. Okay, so click on test and go to where you have add a heading. Click on add a heading. So this will be my text number 2. That is my font number 2. So come over to reduce the size, okay, and bring it over to this part here. So I'm going to increase the size a bit more because I want people to be able to read whatever I have on my slides. So I'll move the slides here. So this particular slide, I'm going to click on the first one, scroll to where I have color, go to color and ensure I give it a blue color. Okay, then where I have my second text, I will give it a black color. So I'll click on it, come over to color. So I'm just going to stick to 2 colors, black and blue. So it's already having the black color. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to click on this first one, scroll to where I have position. I showed you where position is. Click on position, go to align, and it's at the center. So I'm okay with that. The next thing is I'll scroll back and go to where I have format. So click on format and ensure that it is here where your text are centralized. Ensure it is bold and in cap locks because that is where I'll be writing my heading. So if it's content outline, I'll put it there, content outline. Okay, so it's where I'll be writing my topics. If I'm talking about module 1, I'll ensure that I emphasize on this topic heading that this is module 1. Okay, the next thing is to come over to the second one where I'm going to create my tiny write-up. Come over to format, click on this format, and I would move it to the left hand side. Okay, so you see all the alignment has gone to the left hand side. So the next thing I would like to do is to go to my notepad. So I showed you how I use my notepad in the previous video. So if you have not watched the part 1 of this video, kindly go back and watch the part 1 of this video. It's very important. So I would also try to link the part 1 of this video. Look up and you will be able to find where I linked it in this video. If you can't find it, just go to my channel and scroll, you would find it. So this is the part 2. So I'll come over to where I have welcome to. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. So click on these 3 dots. Okay, it won't show. Click on these 3 dots, click on select all and click on copy. Come over to my Canva, click on this add a heading, click on edit and paste. Okay, so you see that it's extended down. So I will zoom this and reduce the size. Zoom, reduce the size, and I'll bring it to the center. So you can see that there's a line showing that I'm centralized. Okay, so the next thing is I want to delete this part I have professional hacks for. I want to remove this cut. I want this to be in a very bold format. Okay, so click on this back to school, click on the plus icon, bring it to this exact part, scroll down to where you have format, click on format and click on these two to align it to the left hand side. Okay, so click on it and you paste it. So remember that the size of the font is quite different, so I'm going to reduce the size a bit and bring it here, reduce the size a bit and bring it here. See, it fits in. Okay, so till it fits in, and I think this is okay for me. So I'm going to click on this three dots here. So when I move it, I'll click on select multiple. When I move it, it will move together with this right up. Okay, so I'll group it. Click on group to group. So they have been grouped together. So if I'm moving, they are moving together. So I'll just position it properly again. Now it is time to add my image to this part. On this blank space here, and go to elements. So click on elements and type rectangle frame, rectangle frame. Okay, this for shape. Please take note, this is for add a shape. So this is where I want rectangle frame. So you can type it here, rectangle frame, and this is the frame here. So click on the frame and move it to this part here. Okay, reduce size a bit, and I think I'm okay with this. The next thing is to just clicking on this, go to where I have replace, click on replace and pick my image. So if I want to use this image or this one, so let me click on this one, and so this is it. It has been replaced. The next thing is scroll down to where you have style. So I can add borders to this. Click on style, use it to 5. So I think 5 is just perfect. Then go to where you have border color. Here's border color. Then give it a blue color or your brand color, okay? Whichever you're comfortable with. So that is just it. So this is for my introduction. Now I still left this at back to school, so don't make that mistake, okay? Come over to where you have edit, click on edit and write introduction. I think this is okay for my introduction. Now the next thing I would like to do is to go to these three dots, click on these three dots and go to where you have view all page. Click on view all page and come over to this part. Ensure that this purple border is surrounding this. Go to where you have duplicate, then double click on the second duplicate, and this is it. So I'm going to delete this. I'll click on delete frame. After clicking on this, I clicked on the delete bucket and delete frame. Once I delete frame, I've deleted everything. So instead of introduction, the first thing we have is course outline. Okay, so I'll click on introduction and click on edit and type in course outline. Okay, so I'll delete this. Remember this one I did here, I grouped it. So click on it and ensure that the purple is surrounding it and delete. Okay, so I'm okay with that. Come over to our notepad and get our course outline. So this is our course outline. One thing you would want to make sure of is you are copying this and you are making it bold enough for them to read. So each slide can have about 3 modules. So let's click on copy and come over to our notepad and paste, edit and paste. Okay, so this is it. I'll scroll down to where I have format to make it bold so it will be readable. Okay, so I can decide to increase the size and also come over to where I have format and put this at the center. Click on format and align it to be at the center. Bring it over to this part, increase the size, expand this so that we can increase the size a bit. Okay, so increase the size a bit and move it so you can see. So I'm going to take this a little bit down here. I'll bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to scroll down to where I have nudge and take it down. So I think this is okay. So bring this again and try to align again. So you see 50-50. I'm okay with that. So the next thing I would like to do is to use my 2 fingers to zoom like this. My 2 finger up and down to pinch my screen. So once I pinch my screen, it will bring me here. So if you can't find that, just click on this 3 dot and come to where you have view or page. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this again. So I'm going to copy all my outlines till I'm done with it. So this is for module 3. I'm going to copy module 4 down to 6. And click on copy and come over to Canva, click on edit and paste. Make it bold. Click on it. Scroll down to where you have format, make it bold. And you try to use your fingers to take them up and align them properly. Okay, so we also still have the ending part. So because I have only 6 modules in this particular tutorial course outline, so we will have the conclusion and the action plan. So I'm going to copy the conclusion and action plan and copy and bring it over to this part. So zoom again, use my 2 finger to pinch my screen, duplicate my course outline, click on it and click on edit and put in my conclusion. So click on it and go to format and make it bold and bring it down a bit, just a bit, and this is okay. So use your 2 finger to zoom again and click on this, the fourth one, come over to where you have duplicate and duplicate again. So double click on that and click on done. Also, I would like to underline each. So click on the introduction, scroll down to where you have format, go to where you have U with underline. So that is to underline it. So I'm going to go to this part, course outline, scroll to format, underline, course line, scroll to format, underline, scroll to format, underline. Now this is the new page I put. So I want to put my module 1 content, so I'll go to my format, underline, then go to my notepad. So if you notice, each module have its slides. I shared the prompt I use in generating these slides in part 1. So if you have not watched part 1 video, go to the part 1 and go down the description section. You will see where I put out the prompts I use in getting this to give me slides, each slides. Okay, so ChatGPT helped me arrange slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, so I know what to put in each slides. Okay, so the first one is module 1. I have to put my topic, the productive mindset. So I'm just going to copy the productive mindset and copy module 1. Copy. So go back to my Canva and edit this, put in module 1 and put in the topic, the productive mindset. So I'm going to click on the productive mindset, scroll down to where I have format, make it very bold and put it in cap locks. So this is where I made it bold and this is where I put it in cap locks. Remember I told you the highest font you can use is 3 fonts. So I'm going to come over to this part to reduce this. Okay, then zoom and bring it down here. If you notice, the space between this is so much, so I'm just going to click on spacing, and where you have letter spacing is for the letters, but where you have line spacing is for this. So I'm going to click on line spacing and take it backwards. So I think this is okay. So when I have the productive mindset, I can decide to change the fonts. Come over to where you have fonts. Let's see. So click on this arrow to see more fonts. So this is the font, this module 1, and this is the Advert brush font. So let's try the leaks pattern. So I think this is bold enough. So if you notice, my Y came down, so I have to increase this. Okay, so this is okay. I'll still scroll down to spacing to reduce the spacing a little bit more. I think I'm okay with this. So now, since this is module 1 and this is the topic for module 1, I will come over to element and I would click on this X to get a fresh note. Okay, and I will search. I'm going to type productivity team mindset. Okay, productivity mindset. So these are the image that I was given. Click on see all. Okay, so I like this image. I would use this for my part 1. So the productivity mindset, she's actually fueling herself. So she's actually watching herself for growth. Okay, she's working on her mindset. So I'm going to put it down here. I can decide to increase the size this way and scroll down to where I have position. click on position, go to where you have align and ensure that it's at the center. Okay, so it's at the center. So now I can click on this my test and move it to this part because there was an image here. Do you see? Then I'm going to pinch my screen again and come over to this part here and duplicate it. Now since I duplicate it, it's at the back, so I have to move it to this part. All I have to do is to drag it. So I will drag and you see it's now after the module 1. So click on this, click on done. Come over here, delete this, swipe to this part, click on the module 1, click on these 3 dots and click on copy. Swipe to the second, click on this, any of the things here, click on these 3 dots and click on paste. Okay, so that is our module 1. So remember our slide 1, come over to slide 1. So for slide 1 we have understanding productivity. So I'll click on understanding productivity, I'll copy this and go to this part. Bring this down and swipe to this part. Click on this 3 dots again, click on copy and move to this part. Click on this part, click on these 3 dots and paste. So after pasting, I'll come over to where I have edit and paste the understanding productivity. Reduce the size. This is where I click drag like this to reduce the size. So any of the white borders can actually do. Okay, so move it a bit. You see that line showing at the center shows that it's actually centralized. So that is the topic for our first slide. So go back to our notepad and copy both the definition and the importance. Click on copy and come over here, click on this, click on edit and post. So come over here, give a gap between the definition and importance. Come over here, click on it again, scroll down to where you have format, make it bold. I will reduce the space and increase the size. Remember, I'll be reading this out, so it has to be very bold. So I think I'm okay with my first slide. So I'm going to pinch my screen and duplicate my first slide to get my second slide. So do the same for the second slide. Second slide, the topic is called common mites. So copy it and you copy all the mites. All that is under slide 2. Copy it. Don't cut. If you cut it, I think I need to underline so I to be able to differentiate. I'll have to underline the heading so I can differentiate that this is the heading. Okay, underline. So come over to the second slide. This is the first slide for module 1, second slide for module. Click on this, click on edit and paste. Click on the second one and paste. So if you notice, click on this, go to where you have format, make it bold, reduce the size, increase this a bit, come over here and differentiate mite 1 from mite 2. Okay, and move it to this part. Reduce this again and increase till you get something you're okay with. Okay, so I'll zoom in again, duplicate and come over to slide. The last slide for my module 1 is activity. So activity 1 is going to be self-reflection. I'll copy and I'll click on write down your current productivity practices and then identify one mite that you believe in. Then click on copy. So I'm going to put it my activity 1. Then come over here, click on edit and paste my tags. Okay, and click on this to zoom. I think I'm okay with this. Then go to where I have format, make it bold, reduce the size a bit and move it up. And because this is assessment, I'm going to put in an image. So I'm going to where I have elements, click on elements and write self-reflection. So type self-reflection. Okay, so come over to where you have see all, so I can see all the image you have. So let's pick this one. You would have to use different images for each self-reflection you are working with. You have to use different images, okay? So I think this is perfect for my completing my module 1. So what do you do now? You continue, you pick module 5, duplicate, bring it down to, drag it to where you have the ending of the module 1, then continue, type in module 2, put the headlines, do this till you are done with creating all the slides for your course. I can't do this because this is a tutorial, but I have shown you by doing the whole of module 1. So you just have to click on the first one, duplicate it, come to module 2, the first one, duplicate it, and drag it down to this part. So you edit this, go here, edit, you duplicate this particular one till you are done. Do this all for each module that you have in your course. So once you are done with that, the next thing you would like to do is to click on, once you are done with your whole course, you click on this plus icon to create your flyer that you use in advertising your course. Now, if you mistakenly created a template you don't want, you can come over to this part here where you have delete. Once you click on delete, it has been deleted, okay? You see? So I'll click on the plus icon again, double click on it, and go to where I have design. I'll come to this arrow to go back. So this on that template you can use. Look at the background is clean, white. I like it. So you are going to type poster. You can pick any of this. So let me keep searching for the one I want. Okay. It's actually beautiful. So let me use this. This is actually very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like it. So I would come over, swipe back to this and click on this my kind of logo. Click on these 3 dots. I'll click on copy. I actually taught how to copy and paste in the beginning of this video, so don't forget. Click on these 3 dots and paste. Move it to this part. Okay. I'm going to delete this. Click on this and type the name of your course. So let me pinch this and go to the beginning. So it's productivity hacks. Productivity hacks. So click on this and type edit and type product. Then under here I'll have hacks. Okay. So I'm going to reduce the size of this. Bring it to this part. Increase, reduce again, bring it to this part and increase. So click on edit and type for professionals. So this is it. The next thing I would like to do is to click on this circle image. Click on it, go to where you have replace and go to where you have photos and type productive activities. Okay, productive activities or productivity or productive hacks, anything that represent productivity, just type it. So you can just pick any of this that you know. So I'll pick this, come over here, click on replace. This is replace here, go to photos and I would pick this. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to just write a simple. Okay, so the next thing you would like to put is either your contact info. So I'm just going to delete this because this is an online course. So I'll click on this and delete. I taught you how to delete. I've been emphasizing. So click on this, zoom. The only thing I'll put is, let's say, my contact or how they can order. Okay, so let me just bring this down here. Okay, I'll delete this, and here I'll click on edit. Click on the link attached to get this course. Remember, we are making this a digital course that you can sell while you sleep. Okay, so click on this, expand, scroll to where you have format, make it bold, make it all in cap locks, and give it your brand color. So come over to where you have color and give it your brand color. So this is my brand blue. Okay, so the next thing is to bring it down to this part. I can try to increase the size very well. Okay, then scroll to where I have effects. Still clicking on this, I'll click on effects. Scroll to where I have background. Click on it. I think I like this background. Okay, I like this background. Then pick this my logo and take it up here. So assuming this was my logo, leave it up there. Bring this down here. So this is not centralized properly. So scroll down to where you have position. Click on align and center. Nice, centralized. So now the fee. Click on this three dots, click on select multiple, click on the text, and click on group. Okay, you want people to know the price of your course, so that they don't come to your inbox and start asking you, oh, how much is your course, how much is your course. So you want them to know the price before coming. So click on this, click on edit, and write fee. NGN means Nigerian Naira, 5,000. Okay, so if you want to put it in dollars, you know where to type and put it in dollars. Okay, so I'm okay with this. So this is the flyer I am using for this particular class. I think it's okay. Next, now I'm going to do is to use my two finger and ensure that go through each of my slides and ensure that I have done the right thing. Okay, then come over to where I have this arrow, click on it, go to where I have download, click on download. Remember, if you are using the Canva Pro, which I advise you to use, increase this, leave it to be at PNG. I would understand that your slides, your all page will be more than 9. Your all page could be up to 20. Your all page could be up to 100, depending on the number of slides or the number of modules you have in your slide you want to teach. Okay, so if you try to download all of it and it does not download, I will advise you come over to this part, select only 10 page and download. So you can be doing first 10 page, you download the next one, you download the next one till you are done downloading. Okay, so increase this, leave it at PNG, perfect. Increase this, then come over to download after you have selected the page you want. Okay, so I'm increasing this. I'm okay with the 9 page. I'll click on download, then wait and allow it to download. If you have been watching till this point, that means you have gained value. So make sure to get more of these. In fact, the next one we have how to convert these slides to video. We also have how you can host this course on Telegram for free, and also how to set up your seller account to automate your sales. So if you want to watch all of this and you don't want to miss out, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, motivate me by liking, also comment if you have any questions and I'll be there to answer your questions. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.